Good morning, everyone. So I will be taking your GSC class. Okay. So kindly lower your hand. Whoever raised their hand, kindly lower their hand. Please lower your hand. Just a second. I have. Okay. Let us start our topic. We are discussing dispersion of seeds. Okay. And the last topic is dispersal by explosion of fruits. Okay. Please lower your hand. Whoever raised their hand, please lower your hand. Okay. After a few times we will take doubts, and at that time you just raise your hand. Okay, dear students. Okay, let's see what happened in dispersal of explosion of fruits. So you have studied dispersal of seeds by wind, by water, by animals, and now we will study by explosion of fruits. Okay, what happened in explosion of food? Explosion means the blast, means you have you are familiar with firecrackers. What happens? So when fruits get dry, when fruits, suppose this is a fruits, okay, fruit of anything, okay, apple, yeah, anything you can say, okay, when it gets dry, what happens? It explodes, okay, and seeds scatter themselves. After explosion, seeds fall here, 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 means nearby the fruit where explosion takes place, okay. So explosion helps them to spread their seeds, and after explosion what happens? The seed disperse in surrounding and germination takes place. So seeds of peas, gums, and beans disperse in this way. Which way? Explosion of fruits. Now we will study other modes of reproduction. Means any plants does not reproduce by the seeds, by seeds, not only by the seeds. There are various methods for reproduction. Yes, Shahid Khan. Okay. Please lower your hand. We will take doubt after some time. Okay. So what is the other modes of reproduction? So we know the different parts of plants, that is roots, stem, leaves. So these parts are called vegetative parts, like roots, okay, stem, leaves. They are called vegetative parts of any plant. Okay, roots, stem, leaves. So some plants can also reproduce from parts other than seeds. Means not plants reproduce by the with the seeds. They can reproduce by this vegetative part, that is roots, stem, leaves. Okay, what is reproduced means they new plants grow from the roots, from stem also, and from leaves also. Now, so when plants grow from vegetative parts like roots, stems, and leaves, this is called vegetative reproduction, and this is called vegetative parts. Now we will study about the roots. Roots. How plants reproduce by the roots. Okay. In this section, roots. Just a second. Roots. Okay. What happened in roots? So see here. The plants like sweet potato, turnip, carrot grow from their roots. So which plants? Sweet potato, sweet potato, okay, carrot, turnip, turnip, okay. They grow from the roots of the plants. Okay, what is roots? The vegetative part of the plant. So what happens? The thick and swollen roots store the food, and the food is used for the growth of new baby plants. So these roots have vegetative buds, and on them that they can produce plants. So suppose this is a root of carrot. Suppose this is a carrot, or I take sweet potato. Suppose this is a sweet potato. So there is a bud formation, small like this birds, and from these birds, new baby plants grow. Suppose this is a bird, new baby plants grow, new baby plants grow. Okay. So from the roots, the new baby plants grow from the roots of sweet potato, carrot, turnip. Yes, Shravya Agrawal. Okay, Shravya, what do you want to ask? Shravya, you want to ask something? Okay, Nilesh Kumar, what do you want to ask?
Hello.
Nilesh.
No any doubt.
Okay, okay. So please lower your hand. Okay, Nilesh.
Sir, one doubt, sir. In sir, the forest mushroom was, sir, it was, sir, and we can touch the mushroom. It can be blasted.
No, not every time. Okay, not every time mushroom blasts. Okay, when it's dry, okay, it's very dry. Okay, so when we touch or apply force, that time it blasts. Okay.
Sir, thank you.
Okay, Nilesh. Okay, please lower your hand, rest of you. So now we will study which plants grow from the stem. The stem is also vegetative parts. So we will study how plants grow from the stem. Means stem is also a vegetative part. So other vegetative part is stem. First one is roots, stem. Okay. So plants like sugarcane, okay, money plant we can see at our home, okay, and rose grow from the stem, and potato, onion, ginger plant also grow from their underground stem. Okay, so sugarcane, okay, and what is other? Money plant, and rose grow from the stem. And what about potato? Potato, ginger, okay, and onion. They grow from underground stem. Okay, so these plants grow from the stem. Okay, there are special structure called buds on their surface, and these buds are known as eyes. Means, suppose this is sugarcane and this is the stem of sugarcane. Okay, and there is a bud on the stem of the sugarcane. Okay, and these buds are called eyes. So from these buds, new baby plant grows. Okay, from here, new baby plant grows. Okay, not from every bird's new baby plants grow. Some of birds can't produce, so there are so many birds, so from here new baby plants grow. Now leaves, we have discussed first root, stem, and third part is leaves. Third vegetative part is leaves. So we will see which plant grow from the leaves. Okay. Okay, so see here, leaves of plant like Bryophyllum, Begonia, and Streptocarpus when come in contact with soil. Okay, so leaves of Bryophyllum, Begonia, what happens when they comes in the contact with soil? Okay, so produce tiny plants on their edge. Means suppose this is a leaf. This is leaf. Okay, when they come with the contact with soil, moist soil, we know for the germination what is the need? Soil, okay, water, and sunlight. So when they come in contact with moist soil. Means moist soil means what? Soil plus water. So at their edges, means this here. Here, what happens? The buds formation takes place. So here, from here, new tiny plants grows. So when the leaf, bryophyllum leaves falls on the moist soil, the buds grow into a new plant. Okay. Rest, please lower your hand. Whoever raised their hand, Sharvya Agrawal. What happened? 5E. Okay, any doubt? Okay, who is Princess Jaiswal? Okay, Princess Jaiswal, you have any doubt? Shahid Khan, have you any doubt? Ankit Kumar. Okay, Sresht Kumar, have you any doubt? No doubt. Okay. Okay, dear students, this is about the chapter. So we have finished this chapter. Now we'll start a new chapter, that is solids, liquids, and gas. Okay. So our new chapter is solids, liquids, and gas. Okay. So first we study what is matter. Okay. Sresht Kumar Pandey, tell me, what do you understand by matter? Do you know what is matter? Sresht Kumar. Okay. Astha Sharma.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Astha. Astha.
Yes, sir. My name is Asta Sharma. Sir, matters are made up. Matters are made of soil, liquid, and gas.
Okay. Okay. See, students, matters are not made up of solid, liquid, and gas. So states of matter is solid, liquid, and gas. So everything around us, means this is chalk, the mobile you are holding, okay, the food you eat, the house in which you live, the home in which you live, the clothes which we wear, this mask, this duster, okay, everything is matter. So how can we define matter? So matter is anything which occupies space and have mass. Means what is matter? Matter is anything which occupies space, occupies space, occupies space and have mass. So this will be matter. Suppose this is duster. I am keeping this duster in a classroom. It occupies some space. It covers some space. So and have also some mass, means 50 gram, 100 gram. So it is a matter. Okay. So I will ask, please lower your hand. Why you have raised your hand? I don't understand. Please. Okay. Shraddha Singh 5C. Tell me, is air a matter? Air is matter or not?
Sir, yes.
Air is matter. So how it is matter? Can you define? Okay, tell me what is definition of matter? I have told you just now. Can you tell me what is definition of matter?
Anything that has mass and occupies the space is called matter.
Okay, very good. So students, see here, air occupies space. Okay, because everywhere is air, so it occupies space, and air has also mass. So if we try to do experiment, see here, you all know about the balance, okay, which measure the quantity. So take two balloons and fill with air, this one and this one. Okay, so for equal size, the balance will be in horizontal condition, means it will be balance condition, equal sides. After balloon 1, and this is balloon 2. What do you do? Suppose this is red balloon and this is blue balloon. Blue one. Okay. So these two balloons filled with equal amount of air. After some time, you puncture this. Okay. Puncture this. So what happens as you puncture, means put a needle, what happens? The balloon get burst and all the air will go outside. So the balloon will become like this. This shape, suppose this shape. Okay, after bursting. So tell me, is the balance will is this balance will be in same condition? No. What happens after bursting the balloon? This will go downward because this balloon contains air and air has mass, so the condition will be like this. See, okay, balloon. And which one? Blue one. Because red one we have punctured, we have burst. So this is red balloon. So this will go downward side. This shows that air has mass. Okay. So air has mass. So air is also a matter. Okay. Now there are three states of matter. And what are the three states of matter? One student have told states of matter. States of matter. What is the states of matter? That is solid. Second one is liquid. And third one is gas. Okay. What is the example for the solids? Pencil, pen, your notebook, your furnitures like chair, table, all are solids. Means I'm writing two examples. That is pencil, table. Okay. And what is the example of liquid? Water. Water is liquid. Okay. Water, oil. Okay. And what is the example of gas? The gas means present in the air, like oxygen, nitrogen, or we can say combinedly air, oxygen, nitrogen. Okay. Or combinedly we can say air. These are examples of solid, liquid, and gas. Now we will understand what is solid, what is liquid, and what is gas. Okay. So see here. In solids, all the particles are closely packed. There is no free space between the particles and molecules cannot move around. See here. This is solid. Suppose this is a solid and every matter is made up of molecules. Okay. Molecules are very tiny. We can't see with our eyes. We need a microscope to see molecules. So what is the arrangement for the solid? The small molecules are arranged like this. Okay. So this is for solid. So see here, all the particles means all the molecules are closely packed. Means there is no free space. As free space is very less or no space. Okay. And they cannot, if there is no space, means if you are moving in a crowded place, you can't move because everywhere is people or anything. So there is no space to say they cannot move around. Okay. So therefore, solid have fixed shape. Means solid have fixed shape. This see this duster, the shape of this duster is cuboidal, means cuboid shape. So if we keep this duster here, so it will be cuboid. If I keep this duster in this chalk box, it will be cuboid shape. Okay, so their shape is fixed, its shape does not change. Okay. Okay, so what rubber is also solid, rubber band that we stretch. So its shape change after applying force. But as it is, we remove the force. What happens? It comes into again into its original shape. Okay. So a rubber band or sponge regain their original shape once the force is removed. Okay. Common salt and sugar crystal has a fixed shape and does not change on being transferred from one container to other. So there is a particles, very small sugar particles. Okay. So they are also solid because when we put a sugar crystal from one container to another container, so its shape is same as it is another container. Okay. Now we will study properties of solid. So we have discussed solid have fixed size and fixed shape. Okay, they are hard, means solids are hard and rigid. They have a definite volume but do not flow, means they have different volume. Volume means they take means same place, means they take same amount of place. Suppose the volume of this duster is 30 centimeter cube, and if we keep this duster another where, means outside or in a chalk box, suppose this is a chalk box, so it's just the volume of duster will be the same. And we have discussed the particles in the solids are tightly packed, means there is no free space. Now we will come on the top on liquid. So what do we understand in liquid? So in liquid, molecules are loosely packed. So if the molecules are loosely packed, so they can move because there is some places to movement for movement. So this is arrangement for molecules. This is a liquid here, 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 here. So this is for liquid. So what is the first property? The liquids are loosely packed, so they can move freely or flow. So we see when we pour a water on our floor, what happens? Liquid flows. Okay, and they take the shape of the container which they are kept, but its volume is fixed. See, for liquid, volume is fixed. Volume is fixed. Okay, see, for the example for liquid, suppose there are two containers. One is glass and another is any container like bowl. Okay, suppose we fill 1 liter water in this glass. Okay, and what is the shape of this glass? Cylindrical shape. Okay, cylindrical shape. And what is the shape of this glass? Hemisphere, or we can say circular shape, hemisphere shape. So this is hemisphere shape. So when we pour a water, means when we pour a water from this glass to this container, this bowl, what happens? The quantity of water will be same. Here is also 1 liter, here is also 1 liter, but the shape of the water change. Here it takes the shape of this glass, and here the shape will be of this bowl. So liquid takes the shape of container. Okay, liquids take the shape of container. Okay, so liquid do not have fixed shape. It takes the shape of container. Whenever we change the container, the shape will be changed. If we put the water in our water bottle, means the water bottle we used to carry in our schools, so that it will be the shape of that bottle. Okay, this bottle. Hold on. Suppose this is a water bottle, so shape of this liquid will be like this. If we put this water bottle in any other container like glass, so it will take the shape of glass. Okay, but the volume is same. If the water is 1 liter here, the water will be 1 liter in another container also. Okay, so they have fixed volume. Liquid flow from higher level to lower level. Okay, suppose there is a level like this. Okay, slant level, and if we pour a liquid here, what happens? This is higher level and this is lower level. So liquid will flow from higher level to lower level. It doesn't happen now. If you pour the liquid will reach to the highest point. No, it will always flow from higher level to the lower level. Okay. Now, the particles of liquid or loosely packed, we have discussed when we are making the arrangement of the molecules, they are loosely packed. Now, about the gases. So the air surrounding us is a mixture of different gases. Means the air is a surrounding of different gases. What is the mix? What is the mixture of the air? Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. Okay, and many things. So we cannot see it. We cannot see the air because air is a transparent, and but we can feel when air is high. Means there is a wind is blowing at high speed. We can feel it. Okay, when we on the fan, we can feel the air. In gases, the particles are very loosely packed. Therefore, they cannot move. See the arrangement of the particles in gases. We have discussed the arrangement of particles in solid and now liquid and now for gases. This is for gases, the arrangement of particles. See. So it is the molecular arrangement of the particles for the gases. They are very loosely packed in comparison to the solid and liquids. This is why gases do not have fixed shape or volume. Okay, air, water vapor, and cooking gas are the example of the gases. See, what is the example of the gases? Air, water vapor. What is water vapor? When we boil water at 100 centigrade Celsius, so water becomes water vapor. Okay. And what is the other example? The cooking gas, LPG, is also a gas. Okay, these are the example of gases. Okay, so gases have a definite mass but do not have definite shape and volume. Means they have definite mass but they don't have a definite shape and volume, and they can flow freely in all directions. If we suppose this is a balloon, okay, and it is filled with a air. If we puncture this balloon with a needle, what happens? The gases are free to move in every direction. Means not lower to higher, higher to lower. It can move in any direction. Okay. Gases occupies all the space available. That is volume to them. Okay. So gas can occupy all the spaces. So see here. Suppose this is a container. Suppose this is a container. Okay, and the container is open. So what is occupied here? Gases. Okay, so gases occupies all the free space. There are free space. If we fill this container with liquid, suppose at this level half of the container is filled with liquid, so remaining half will be occupied by the gases. So availability of lot of vacant spaces enables gases to move around freely. So for gases there are very too much spaces, so they can move freely in all the direction. Okay, so dear student, it is all about today. So thank you everyone.